Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by. Today I'll be creating a layout in my personal traveler's notebook that I started earlier this year, and this is page 2. I am using mostly Elle Studio products. That floral paper is from the Flourish collection of papers. They are 6 by 8.5 sheets of paper, and it's just so pretty, and I love the colors, and they work well with the flowers that I wanted to capture in this picture. The tree behind me is a dogwood, and it was the first time we were actually seeing it flourish or bloom since we have just bought this house, and we had never seen it, in its full beauty. For the left page, I'll be using a piece of white cardstock, and I don't think it's anything special. It's probably like a Neenah Solar White or just regular HP brand white cardstock. So my picture is going to go on the right, on the floral, and I will be doing some stamping, and I'm not sure why I'm gluing this down to my left side of the page, since I actually have to peel it off in order to stamp on it, because I will be using my 12 by 12 MISTI. So the traveler's notebook I'm using is a Hobonichi, and I had purchased it a while ago, actually last year, and I didn't realize that it had already expired. Like, it was basically a January to June of 2019, and I had purchased it in July. So the first half of it came in 2 books, and that first book I was unable to use because the time had already passed. So I decided to use it as like a mini album, and it's actually working out perfectly. And this book is going to be totally only about me and things that I might be doing in the moment, or how I'm feeling, or if something just strikes me that I want to put in there. I'm using these picture. I think they're from Heidi Swapp. They're like photo corners. Yeah, they are Heidi Swapp. And I'm using 4 of them, and they're in that gold foil color. And I will also be using some stickers and some puffy stickers from the, I believe it's the Bloom collection. So thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. This is a little different for me. I don't normally, I'm more of a 12 by 12 scrapbooker, but I wanted to have something where I could just kind of hide away if I didn't want people to see it. I really appreciate you coming and checking out a different sort of scrapbooking. So I'm pulling out my MISTI, as you can see here, and it's the 12 by 12. My friend T gifted it to me, and she sent it to me at a perfect time in my life that it definitely brought a smile to my face when I received it. I was not expecting it. She knew that I had it on my wish list, and she's just that kind of a friend. So I'm using the Elle Studio Title Builder, and this is just the first one, and I'm using the words capturing today, and documenting these moments are both from this stamp set, and then from the Title Builder 4 I am going to be stamping here and now, and these are the memories that matter. So I'm just pulling everything out, and I'm trying to figure out what I want this to say, and spacing it out. And then I'm just going to go ahead and stamp everything. And I'm going to try to use colors that complement the right side of the page. I'm doing a lot of fumbling here, but I just want to make sure that I have everything in the right direction, because I have done it before where I've stamped something and it's been upside down. Then I'm also going to use some chipboard stickers, which I'm not sure where they came from, but hopefully I will show the packaging shortly. And they say focus on the positive, follow your heart, and keeping it real. So as you can see, I'm just getting everything more or less lined up and organized. And what's awesome about the MISTI is that once you have it all where you want it, if you make a mistake, and like honestly, I'm not a great stamper. I normally have to restamp things multiple times because it doesn't come out clear enough, or like I miss some of it when I stamp. So this definitely does make a huge difference. It's a great investment, especially if you like stamping on your layouts. And you know, sometimes you want to make sure that that impression is the perfect impression. So I was just checking to see if everything was lined up, and I was happy with the way it looked. So I'm going to use some Kelly Purkey stamp ink pads, which I have to tell you, I created this layout maybe back in, I don't know, maybe March, April, and fast forward, we're in September as I'm voice overing this video. I had to throw all those little cubes out because when I went to open the little Tim Holtz box, it reeked. Oh, they smelled so bad. They had this putrid smell, so I tossed all of those Kelly Purkey stamps, blocks, ink pads, whatever they're called. And so yeah, so I'm kind of sad now that I'm voiceovering this video, and you know, it was a great collection because you had a lot of colors, and I mean, they stamped perfectly. I don't know what happened to them. I'm also using, and you can see it there at the top of the page on the left hand side. These are the memories that matter. It's going to be stamped in a color which is a very pretty, like light aqua blue color, and it's by Spectrum Noir, and I didn't even know they had stamp pads, but we received it at a crop we went to in January, and the color was like perfect. And of course, now that I'm looking for it so I can tell you what color it is, I don't see it. Never fails, right? Yeah, so I had to dump all my stamps, my inks, which I'm kind of sad about because I don't have a lot of regular ink pads. I have a lot of Tim Holtz pads, but not just your regular ink pads that you would, you know, like fine stamping words and stuff like that. So as you see, I'm stamping this Capturing Today. I stamped in black, and I'm just using a baby wipe just to clean off my stamps. And then I'm going to stamp Documenting These Moments, and it's kind of like a purplish color. And unfortunately you can't, you know, the 12 by 12 MISTI is, once you open it up, it's actually over 24 inches across. So you obviously can't see the left side when I'm actually inking my you know, the stamps. So I'm just testing out my color, and now I'm going to do the Documenting These Moments. And I do like to hold it down for a little bit so that the ink actually transfers onto the paper. And then I'm going to transfer the Here and Now, and I'm using kind of like a lime green color. And you're going to see me go over the, actually this is the third time I'm doing the, these are the memories that matter, because it didn't transfer the color right, especially like over by where the O and the R is in memories. But finally it did transfer right, and the color dried beautifully. It's actually not as green as you see it there. It's more of a light blue color. And now I'm going to stamp the here and now. And again, like I said, it's like a limeish green color. And this layout actually, this 2-page spread actually comes together pretty quickly. Definitely a lot quicker because it's such a small page compared to a 12 by 12 layout. Basically my right side of my page, the picture takes up the majority of the space. And I didn't want to journal anything on here because I felt that what I stamped was more than enough of what I was feeling at the moment. So I'm going to adhere my page back down onto the left side of the book. And then I'm just going to add some stickers, some heart puffy stickers. I use a black one, a pink one, a yellow, and a lime yellow color, and a baby blue one, which you see me putting down here. And these were from a Hip Kit Club release that I had received. And I'm also using the black one, and I believe that one's from Elle Studio as well. So this is also, these puffy stickers are from this Hip Kit Club sticker set. And I'm also using a couple of Elle Studio stickers, and I believe the Keeping It Real and This Matters is from that set that I just showed you from Hip Kit Club. And I'm just going through my Elle Studio kits just to see what I can use. I will be using some of these Bloom Street butterflies. I'm going to use the small ones, and I'm just going to put one at the top of the page above Capturing Today because I felt like it needed something up there. And then I'm going to put another one down next to the Keeping It Real. So I just want to thank you for stopping by and watching. I really do appreciate it. I am going to leave you here since we're almost at the end of this video as I finish up the last little bits of this page, and make sure you stay to the end because there will be close-up pictures of my layout as well as links to other videos that you might be interested in. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a great day.